Love and marriage, love and marriage. That's the title.
Well, that bit wasn't planned.
Oh, but it's the title. Love and marriage.
No, that's the name of the live event that we're doing.
Oh shit.
Beautiful thing about relationships is the communication and the synchronicity of it. Welcome to the M&S Show.
Hi guys.
Been a while. Why has it been a while?
Time, Sage, not being a priority.
I just threw that at you there, didn't I? Yeah.
No, it's fine. You motherfucker.
Come on with an answer, and it better be a good one. Yeah, we're here. We're back. We're going to be committing to some more regular episodes. And first, I want to kind of say that in 2022, very excited to announce. I really shouldn't do a drum roll on there because everything will fall off because it's like
very sensitive.
It is. It's a make believe world here.
It
the
works.
other day I was doing a live and this fell down.
No, never.
Yeah, believe it or not, people think this is real wallpaper. People think it's real
it's
brick.
Real.
It's
we
wallpaper.
Built it with our
and I was on a live the other day and it just peeled down. And it was really funny because I was telling this like compelling story about vulnerability. And like how you got to be vulnerable and show your real self. And then the wallpaper just went,
this is a real brick.
And then it was like I did it on purpose to show that I was willing to be vulnerable. But yeah, 2022, we are going to be doing a live event coming to you in your house. We're not actually coming to your house. It's going to be like a Zoom thing.
Yeah.
But it'll be in your house. And yeah, we're going to do a relationship event because people have been asking for it. My mum has asked for it.
Several times.
Keeps
reminding us.
The couple at number 57 Astoria Drive have asked for it. So everyone's asking for it. Yeah. That sounded like I was being really aggressive there. Everyone's asking for it. So we're doing an event next year.
Yes.
Called Love and Marriage. And it will be all about relationships.
What's that show from? Love and Marriage, Love and Marriage. Anybody know?
Yeah, there's a show called Love and Marriage.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's actually...
Okay.
Should we get into the show?
Anyway, yes.
Get into the show?
3 ways to keep this spark alive.
What?
Sparky.
Why is it important to keep the spark alive?
Are you being a school teacher?
No. I just thought. I just thought. Before we get into the point, I genuinely thought, why is it important to get the spark alive? That wasn't me going, why is it important to get? No, I actually was like, why is it important to keep the spark alive?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, my obvious answer to that question is, well, you know, so many people, I believe, get into marriages without having a clear intention for that marriage. Yeah. Like, as in, when we got married, like our relationship, I believe, has evolved over time, and I think it still is evolving. Yeah, and I think in the last few years we've actually started to get really intentional with. Yeah. Okay, this is how we want to show up in this relationship, and I don't think I didn't do that in the beginning. When we first got married, I didn't go, okay, I know they've read the vows, but I didn't go, okay, I need to make sure I live by those vows every day. I didn't do that.
And I think maybe I personally feel lockdown made Miles and I look at how we treat each other, because we realised we couldn't go and do things externally. So I couldn't run off and go to the gym. I couldn't go to school and teach. I couldn't go and see my mum. There wasn't other things to keep. I couldn't do external things to keep me happy. Therefore, it became what was in the house. So the unity of our house needed working on, because we needed to create joy, because otherwise lockdown would have been difficult. I mean, the weather was incredible just to cover the first lockdown. It was beautiful. But we were...
By the way, it's a quick one, sorry. If you're watching live, let us know.
Are we live?
Yeah, say yo in the chat to let us know that you're here if you're watching live. Karen, sorry.
So I felt that lockdown taught us what we actually wanted from each other as husband, wife, best friends, mummy, daddy to Sage. And it made us rethink a lot, because I thought I had it all nailed when I got married to him. I was like, yeah, I've got it. This is how I want to behave. This is what I want to do. And I plateaued, because that's what you do. Every day becomes the same shit, just different way, you know, still going to work. And it was just, we looked forward to holidays. And we kind of,
I think, you know what? I think COVID was a blessing for us, because holidays. So I'm gonna get into the three things that we've found. So full transparency, you know, we've got Sage, who's 2 years old. We have more sex now than we had before Sage.
Sorry, Mum.
Sex is a real thing. People do it. You did. It's a real thing, believe it or not. We have more sex now. We're more intimate now. We go on dates in a consistent fashion. Just come back from a date this morning. I've got still got eggs Benedict in my system and double coffees. We date more than ever before. So there's three things that we have done, especially since the start of the pandemic, to keep the spark alive. And in the past 2 years since the pandemic, we've had Sage, become parents, and I think our marriage is better than ever.
You've created your own business.
Started a business during COVID, didn't plan that, and our relationship, I think, is better than ever. And I think
100%.
there's so many different things that we could say, but we went, let's pick three, because you know how these shows work. If you say 28, you'll be looking at it on Facebook.
We're already 6 minutes in, and we haven't even come to the
and we
first.
So people that are only watching are like, can you get to the fucking point? I thought you were going to give me some valuable. Yeah, we're off. Your event next year
ain't happening.
Yeah, the first 2 hours of the event are just us waffling.
Yeah.
So three things that we have done above all else to keep the spark alive. Number one, dating.
Yes.
So every Thursday, Sage goes to nursery and we go on a date. Now, I know that a lot of people would send their children to nursery for primary reasons, such as they've got to go to work. And I get that. I know a lot of people would send their child to nursery because they don't have appropriate childcare. And I get that. We made a conscious decision. And just to clarify, this is definitely not about us saying our way is the way. That's not what it is. We're just saying this is what works for us, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the key things about this type of show is we're sharing with you our recipe. Whether you choose to use the recipe is entirely up to you, right? So we make a conscious decision to go on a date every week, and we send Sage into nursery when we go on that date, because we know there has to be at least one fragment of the week where we're Sati and Miles, who aren't parents, and even aren't like a married couple, stereotypically, you know, stereotypical married couple who would have some free time and clean the house, right? We made a conscious decision. Sati's head and I was going like, oh yes, I need to clean the house. The kitchen is a mess. Don't tell anyone. I don't clean the house.
Don't tell them that.
We make a conscious decision every Thursday to go on a date, a few hours, coffee, food, conversation, and Sage is obviously on our conversational agenda, but it's just by her not being there for a few hours, knowing that we give her 110% of us the rest of the week, it's like 8 till 1 on a Thursday, we are just a couple again. Dressed up, lipstick on, me, not her. mine's more of a lighter.
No, I mean, we can go out with Sage, and you know, I see families do that, and it's incredible because the entertainment that you can just pop a phone up and they're great, but Sage is a huge distraction for Miles and I. And the reason why we got married was because we were a couple to begin with. She's in addition to who we are as a married couple. So I felt like maybe the first year of having Sage, we forgot about that naturally because we were like, shit, we're parents. I can't think about you, Miles. I can't think about myself. I've got to think about this thing that is now wanting every bit of me and I love so much. But she was the biggest priority. But as she became older, she's very independent now. But we were like, this is really important. Me and you, like that's why we're here. That's why Sage is here. And you know, there was a point where we were just started to grate at each other. Would you agree?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
a bit
yeah, I think
irritated.
so.
You're pissing me off. I was pissing you off. Little things that wouldn't really usually irritate us was starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're getting on my nerves. So we had to talk about that, and we came up with the fact that we're not spending quality couple time together.
Yeah.
Because every time we had was with Sage. Now,
and the evening bit when she's gone to bed,
it's
like a leftover energy.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Can't.
My whoop says I've got to be in bed by 8:50. But we're up 5.
It's taken 10 minutes and 33 seconds for you to mention your whoop.
I should get something for that, shouldn't I?
Sponsored by. It's a fitness tracker.
Yeah.
This is that's a show for another day.
Anyway, but
Dates.
The key thing is we weren't getting quality time together. So having to go in, actually, shit, man, we deserve a morning, just a couple of hours.
It's not a whole day.
This. Yeah. Like the way we are after it is we're so energized.
Yeah, we are,
It's midweek and we're just. I guess the word I'm going to use is pumped, because I can go, I've had a date with my husband now. See you, babe. You can go back to work and I can go focus on being a mum now. Yeah. And it works with us. Yeah. Now, if you're someone watching this going, shit, I can't pay for more childcare. Is there anyone around, like your family members? My mum's around the corner, but sadly she can't have Sage for any more than a few hours. Mars's mum lives in Chesterfield. It's too far for us to travel to. So for us, I would like my daughter to have the growth and go to nursery.
But here's what I will say for anyone who, I'm going to be a little bit controversial here for a second. So there may be people watching that say we don't have the money to put our child into childcare, right? Here's what I will say. The primary reason for Sage going to nursery was and is to aid her emotional development. Yeah. There are 2-year-olds that we know who are not at the emotional level that she's at because she's going to nursery. Yeah. So I don't primarily see it even for dates. Primarily we did it for her development. Yeah. So if you're like one of those people that, I can't do that, can't, it feels too selfish to spend that money on nursery fees. Yeah. Do it for your child, because I've seen children that are older, like in our estate, who are 3 years old, who are like emotional, who are like muted. They don't talk. Non-verbal. And the reason they don't talk is not because they have a speech problem. It's because they've got a growth problem. They've not been in an environment the way Sage has. Yeah. So if you're not going to do it for you, do it.
And just to clarify, I'm a primary school teacher. I can teach Sage from home, but she needs to go out of home. She needs to experience the independence. She
needs a little mini mastermind.
But the key thing is for us and Sage, it works to send her to nursery. Yeah. And that is something that hasn't just happened. It's taken over 1.5 years. She's 2 and a bit now. Yeah. Of us going, this is fucking shit. Yeah. Like, why are we not getting any time together? We can't rely on this person. We can't do this. What can we do instead? So that's what works for us. We do coffee date. We do whatever. We walk around the town. Yeah. Simple couple, hand in hand. Yeah. We put a long coat on. We're out of our gym clothes. Mars has got clothes that doesn't have Sage's spit on. I've got clothes that actually are washed. So we make an effort. Yeah. And that just works for us. Yeah. So yeah.
Number 2 is learning and growing together. We have pretty much ever since we've known each other been exercising together. We met at an indoor cycling course. I perved on her from the back. Wow. Best place to be. Got a bum like a right mango.
And I still have, girl.
Still has. Yeah, learning and growing together is a big one. We take it to the extreme. We do personal development courses together. Yeah. I went on a silent meditation retreat last month. Satty's going on it this month.
Can you believe this man's silent? Me silent? Anyone watching this? I don't know what this lasts for.
6 seconds, yeah. So we do learning, personal development in the evenings together, but ultimately one of our human needs is growth. And I do believe that cliched saying that couples that train together stay together. And I don't think that has to mean training, lifting weights in the gym. It could just be as simple as like saying it as it is. It could. This sounds really silly, but it could be playing video games together, dancing in the dancing in the kitchen together, walking the dog together. Because that's exercise, right? So it doesn't have. We're not talking about, but you lift weights and you do learning, and we're not into all personal growth. No, it doesn't have to be that. But the fact is, I've just seen a lovely couple just run past.
It's
Perfect timing.
Thank
you for that couple. That couple will invariably have a much lower probability of getting annoyed and pissed off with each other because they're working out. It's not. Exercise, for example, because I think that's the number one way to grow together. It's not I'm come from a fitness background. I have a belief that exercise is not. It's not like a choice. Like chicken or fish. It's like brushing teeth, right? It should be a non-negotiable. And when you do it together, it makes you in a better mood together, right? So, like I said, doesn't have to be full on joining a gym, but if you commit to, if you know you got to clean the house, put your favorite music on.
Well, our theme's Christmas
and dance a little bit around the house when you clean.
We're literally, because it's Christmas, we're
music every day,
all the time. It could be 7 a.m. and I'm walking back from the gym. Mars got Christmas on. It's just to make us feel good. It puts us in a good state. But you get shit done as well. And what about our running bike that we bought?
Yeah. So we used to love going to the gym together, and then we had Sage, and many people around us were like, the big thing was, what are you going to do now? Because you two always train together. What are you going to do? And we did. We had to adapt. And one of the things
I still don't like it. I still don't like going to the gym without Miles.
Together. But we invested in a running pram.
I thought you were going to say we invested in a child so we could go to the gym.
Yeah. Have we paid off the instalments for Sage?
No, it's about
there's still
$3.99 left.
Klarna, QVC, Easy Pay. Shh. Don't give her any ideas. She'll be straight on QVC. They'll hear her on the TV now.
They're sending you a voucher on the post already.
They're listening. They've got speakers in the house. I know they do. James Labors, if you watch it. Learning together, growing together, really, really important. If you're not doing something, just pick the lowest, easiest thing that you could do that would constitute you growing and developing together. Make a big impact on keeping the spark alive. And then last one is themes. Start of COVID, I struggled. Because one of our big things that we used to love, we still love, is holidays. And to know that we couldn't go on holiday there was always, even in employment, starting business, self-employment, there was always this feeling that we were looking towards holiday, like every 12 weeks. We've been, I've volunteered in Central America and done all kinds of crazy stuff, but together I've
been Turkey all inclusive several times over.
Cruising the Caribbean, married in Las Vegas, Los Angeles twice. You've done all right. My point is, we love to travel.
Yes.
And so when that was not an option, we went, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, Tony Robbins always talks about that people that lack drive, motivation is because they don't have a compelling future. So I went, I don't feel like the future's compelling now because I can't see the future because I just see lockdown. So I went, what are we going to do about it? And I don't know exactly what made this happen. I can't say it was like by magic we decided, but I went, if we can't travel, I was like, why don't we watch more travel shows? Because it feels like an escape. And one of the things we found on YouTube was walking tours, like 4K person with like a GoPro camera on their head or their chest, doing an actual walkthrough, like big cities in the world. And we looked on there, and there were a lot of the cities we've been to, like Rome and Berlin and New York and stuff. We were like, oh, this is fun. And it honestly felt like we were back there because for those of you that don't know, but I'm sure you do, that the the mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. So if you've ever been somewhere before and you close your eyes and think of that place, or you see a video that reminds you of that place, your mind is immediately reassociated back to that experience. And you're like, oh, do you remember when we went to that coffee shop? And you, all of a sudden there's an excitement that's generated, because the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's being imagined. So for us, that was the start. And then from there, we literally developed themes for like every night.
Yeah, I think it was, let's do a walking tour. And it was like,
so we had travel night.
Board game and not watch TV for a bit. And actually, I'll tell you what, it got a bit naughty, because there was wine night, then there was dessert night.
What is there now? Should we just
then there was popcorn night. So our waistline, as the most of the world.
Food became the key thing. Because
it was just pleasure.
Yeah.
Short-term pleasure. But now, our themes now really work around our lifestyles, because we still go out and we're still travelling.
Yeah. So have dates obviously on Thursday.
Yeah. So Friday usually our wind downs, because obviously you've got your event on Saturday. Yeah. But we try and do something with stage on Saturday, just something nice to keep us stimulated.
Saturday evening we have, so we bought a disco ball.
We love our Saturday.
We bought a disco ball.
Yeah.
So when it gets dark, we put the disco ball on in the kitchen.
Dark at like 4 p.m. now.
And we have what we call nightclub Saturdays. And just so you know, here's one of the really key things to know about these themes that we speak of. The reason why we have themes is because we asked ourselves a question: how can we bring this feeling of it not having a compelling future? We went, how can we make every day compelling?
How can we make every day like Christmas?
How can we make every day like Christmas? How can we get up every day and know that we have something to look forward to, like a holiday?
This evening we've got this.
And so that's what we did. And we sat down and went, what are 7 different themes that are different enough that would make us look forward to them every day? So we have box set night, where we binge on a box set on Netflix. We have travel night, which we've said. We have a documentary night. We've had game night. We have disco night on a Saturday. We have movie night.
Rom-com.
We have specifically have cinema movie. Cinema night on a Sunday. And we make a point of having like microwave popcorn on that
And we
day.
watch romantic movies because it reminds us about what we have. And you know, if there's I think we'll start to watch some scary movies. And I remember saying to Miles, I feel really shit now after seeing that, or it somehow affected my sleep because I was thinking about it subconsciously in my dream, but it didn't make us feel good. Now I love thrillers. I love the variety of being on edge and seeing what could happen next. I love that, but I realized it just wasn't serving me and making me feel good. So we started watching, and we always have done, but we make a conscious effort to find romantic TV shows or programs. Like we love what's that Melissa Carthy show? It's just gone out my head. Mike and Molly. Oh God, it's just so loving. It's just about love.
I think that's a really key thing you've just said there, which is not part of what I thought about talking about today, which is you know, cliched saying stolen out of Tony Robbins' playbook, which is you get what you focus on. So if you watch scary movies or watch things that have violence in, that in your brain, that will go in. If you are in a relationship that isn't ideal in your mind, but you want to make it work, but it doesn't feel like it's exactly the way you want it to be, then watch romantic stuff. Like before I was with Sati, I was watching romantic stuff, dreaming that one day that idealistic thing would actually happen.
And it found me.
I did.
And we seriously watch this.
We watch it and it makes us.
Miles grabs my hand and he's like, tears in his eyes. I'm dabbing them.
I'm telling them that.
But it really makes us appreciate what we've got, and it makes us, you know, if we're slacking, like we've said something out of line, or you know, we've had an off day, because we do have off days, believe it or not. You know, we're allowed to have those days. We have the opposite emotion for a reason, but you know, when we're watching those films, we're like, shit, I love you, man. You're cool. And we, you know, Miles will hold my hand and he'll just go, oh, so glad I got you. And it's just that little reminder before going to bed. So then you end the evening just in love and you wake up in love. You don't wake up going, fuck, that scary movie scared the shit out of me. And you wake up like heart rate's high. Again, my Whoop, sorry, talking about my fitness tracker, it does pick up on my heart rate. And I found that every scary movie I watched, I was like, I was getting crappy sleeps. And when I go to bed looking at love, I obviously have gratitude in my heart, and I just feel good, and I sleep well.
I told you she'd mention the Whoop again, didn't I? Told you.
Give me a free month.
We'll tag them in the
tag
them in the broadcast today. That's it
Yeah,
for today.
man.
We hope you've enjoyed the M&S show.
Yes.
We are back. Just a reminder: next year, Love and Marriage live event coming spring 2022.
Can we have Love and Marriage as our theme tune? Love and Marriage.
For copyright reasons, I don't think we can do that.
Okay, let's make our own.
We'll
get Sage.
We can maybe get someone to sing it for us, though. I'll see if I can find.
We'll get Sage to drink.
We'll get Sage to sing it.
Sing it or drink it.
We'll get someone to.
Too many caffeine shots.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. We will see you on the next episode, which will be coming your way very soon.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.